Superman's not brave. He's smart, he's handsome, he's even decent, but he's not brave. You can't be brave when you're indestructible. It's guys like you and me that are brave, Angus. Guys who are different and can be crushed and know it, but they go out there anyway. In Chris Crutcher's A Brief Moment in the Life of Angus Bathoon, a larger-than-life high school senior with a quirky family gets the chance of a lifetime with the girl of his dreams. He realizes that the grass isn't always greener on the other side and that sometimes nice guys do finish first. Four parents are what I have altogether. Not unlike a whole lot of other kids, but quite unlike a whole lot of other kids, there ain't a hetero among them. My dad's divorced and remarried, and my mom's divorced and remarried, but my dads aren't married to my moms. They're married to each other. Same with my moms. And they named me Angus. God, a name like Angus Bathoon would tumble Robert Redford from a 9.5 to a 4, and I ain't no Robert Redford. Angus is a cow. They named me after a cow. I complained to my stepmother the day in first grade that I came home from school early for punching the bearer of that sad information in the stomach. You can't go around punching everyone who says that to you, she warned. Yes, I can. My parents' gene pool wasn't a total sump, though. I am incredibly quick for a fat kid, and I have world-class reflexes. When I'm on defense, I cannot be shaken free. But look, I'd sure be willing to swap reflexes, biceps, and brain cells for a little physical beauty. Which brings me to tonight. You see, I want normal. I want socially acceptable. See, I was elected Senior Winter Ball King, which means for about 1 minute, I'll be featured gliding across the floor at Lake Michigan High School with Melissa Lefebvre, the girl of my dreams, and only my dreams. For that minute, we'll be out there alone. Alone with Melissa Lefebvre. It's a joke. I know that. I just don't know whose. It's a good one, though, because someone had to coax more than 500 seniors to forgo casting their ballots for any number of bona fide babes to write in the name of a cow. At first, I tried to turn it down, but Granddad let me know right quick that I'd draw a lot more attention if I made a fuss than if I acted as if I were the logical choice. You see, Granddad is the man who taught me to be a dignified fat kid. Always remember these words and live by them. Screw them. Anybody doesn't like the way you look, screw them. And that's just what I've done. Sometimes I've screwed them by punching them in the nose, and sometimes by walking away, and other times by joining them, you know, laughing at myself. Look, I've been planning for Melissa for a long time. See, I fell in love with her in kindergarten when she dared this kid named Alex Immergluck to stick his tongue on a car bumper in minus 35-degree weather for calling her a big fat snot-nosed deadbeat. And when I saw that patch of Alex's tongue stuck tight to that bumper as he screamed down the street holding his bleeding mouth, I knew I was in the company of genius. And such a lovely genius it was. But all I really want is my moment with her. I have no illusions, no thoughts of her being struck blind and asking me to take her home. All I want is my moment. Heads turn as I move through the door. I see Melissa on the dance floor with her boyfriend, a real jerk in my book, Rick Sanford. I head for the stage and I look up to see Melissa on her boyfriend's arm, coming through the crowd. And as they approach, I panic. I want to run. What was I thinking? Suddenly, I'd give up my moment in a heartbeat for the right to disappear. Angus, my man, Rick slurs, and I realize that it is not a change of underwear he's carrying in that paper bag. I'm turning this lovely thing over to you for a while. Give her a chance to make a comparison. You know, be a bit more humble. Melissa drops his arm and she smiles at me. She says, "Hi, don't pay any attention to him. He's drunk, and without that, he's rude. Why don't we go on up?" She says, and she takes my arm. "Yeah," he says, squinting down at the paper sack in his hand. "You go right on up behind that curtain with my girl, Snowball King." Melissa drops my arm and grips his elbow. "Shut up," she whispers between her clenched teeth. "I am warning you, Rick, shut up." Rick tears his arm away. "You know, your campaign cost me a lot of money. Probably close to $2 a pound." The heat of humiliation floods up through my collar. I fear that I'll cry. And if I do, Rick's in danger, because it's Bathoonian law that rage follows my tears. Melissa says, "I hate you, Rick. I really do." Rick ignores her. "You know, Bigfoot comes from a high-risk home," he says. "You best wear your rubber gloves in case he has a cut." Screw him. In that instant, I sweep his feet with mine, and he lands hard on the floor. When he tries to push himself up, I kick his hands out, following his next movements like a cow dog. When he sees that he can't rise, I kneel. And softly I say, "You may not like how my parents love, but they've been together since 1971. Monogamous as the day is long." Now that's a low-risk group, Rick. The only person at high risk right now is you. I'm apologizing to Melissa all the way up the backstage stairs. "You should have stomped on his throat," she says. And I involuntarily visualize Alex Immergluck clutching at his bleeding mouth in the freezing cold next to that car bumper. At the side door to the stage, I say, "Look, there's something you need to know. I can't dance." Melissa says, "We'll survive." "No, I didn't say I can't dance well. I said, I can't dance." But the curtains part, and I am gazing into the spotlights, smiling like an idiot. Without moving her lips, Melissa says, "I picked a slow song. Don't worry, dance close to me. Trust me, just follow." I have surrendered. If I am to survive this, it will be through the will of Melissa Lefebvre. Now, a part of me stays to concentrate, but another part goes to heaven. When I finally relax enough, and I know that I'm going to live, the words to Limelight filter into my head, and I realize that I'm in it. "Alan Parsons," she whispers in my ear. "Good lyrics. That's what makes it sound good." I'm just hoping it's a long song. "Angus?" "Yeah?" "Do you want to know something about me?" she asks. And I think I'd like to know anything about you. I say, "Sure. I'm bulimic. Do you know what that is?" "I'm the fat kid with gay parents who's been in therapy on and off for 18 years, I say. "Yes, I know what that is. It means when you eat too much, you chuck it up so you don't turn out to look like me." Close enough for discussion purposes, but don't worry, I'm in therapy for it," she says. "Actually," I say, "I tried it once, but when I stuck my finger down my throat, I was still hungry and I almost ate my arm." Melissa laughs too, and she holds me tighter. "Would you do me a favor?" "If it doesn't involve giving up more than my life," I say, feeling wonderful, because Melissa isn't a goddess anymore, and because that doesn't change a thing about the way I feel about her. "Would you leave with me?"